So, as we are seeing the reports of these mass deportations happening already, the vast majority of the country are excited to have somebody back in the White House who does the thing that we voted for them to do. Promises made, promises kept. We want our country back. We want our cities to be safe again. We want our tax dollars to go toward the people and the programs that actually need it that benefit American citizens. And we want foreign criminals and gang members to become the problem of their own government to deal with. However, while most people are relieved that this is happening so quickly, the most unhinged members of the Nobody is Above the Law party are planning to stand against ICE agents so that they can fight for these gang members to stay here and keep terrorizing innocent American citizens. So, what does that protest look like? Let's get into it. Welcome to my channel, Outspoken Samantha. I appreciate you being here. Do me a couple favors, hit the thumbs up button, become a subscriber if you're not already, and turn on your notifications so that you never miss out on a conversation like the one we're about to have. So it goes without saying that there are a lot of things that are getting better already, and Trump hasn't even been the president for a week. It's clear that this man was ready to take action from minute one. He didn't get into the White House and then figure out how he was going to deliver on the things that he promised on the campaign trail. He has watched our country go downhill for 4 years straight, and he was ready. Day one, minute one, he is ready to turn things around. However, while most of us are feeling a decent boost of hope for the future, something that we haven't felt for a very long time, I don't think it can be overstated how much the lies of the mainstream media has truly broken the brains of some of the left's most unhinged followers. And if we thought that we were going to get a break from their antics, well, we're not. Basically, the empowerment that they got from the Democrat leaders in 2020 to conduct violent protests, to attack police officers, to burn things down, they've carried that with them since then, and this has become their new method of throwing a tantrum and revolting every time things don't go their way. And they now look for any excuse to do it because the brainwashing that they have been experiencing for a long time now has robbed them of finding anything meaningful to do with their lives. So what are they planning this time? Well, they're planning a protest of sorts against ICE agents across the country in order to protect foreign criminals who are here illegally, and they are fighting tooth and nail for these people to stay here. And how do we know that they are planning this? Well, they're posting about it all over Discord and TikTok. That's right. These geniuses are organizing their protests to take place across the country under the deeply misguided idea that they and their blue-haired buddies who do nothing but rage tweet from their parents' basements are going to be able to get in the way of deportation operations that are currently being conducted by ICE and are being overseen by the military to make sure things go smoothly. And while you might be thinking that they are really dumb for posting about it all over the internet, they thought they could outsmart everyone by using code words for their plans and that no one would figure it out. So on TikTok, the code phrase cute winter boots has been trending. And at first, when I heard it, I didn't think much of it. But as it turns out, cute winter boots is code for pew-pews, and talking about the kind of winter boots that you plan to get is referencing the kind of pew-pew that you plan to purchase or even acquire illegally. To explain a little bit more, according to a post by Sarah Fields, it says the TikTok app has a concerning hashtag being used called hashtag cute winter boots. Videos using this hashtag are being posted by liberals all across the country who are using code words to spread information about ICE locations and where they want to meet up to organize riots and demonstrations. When sizes of boots are discussed, they are actually speaking of types of weapons. They're also revealing locations where ICE will be in order to protect illegals. Other topics discussed include how they will smashtinate certain leaders in this country, burn down buildings and houses, and go face to face with ICE with their selected weapons. To see the thousands of videos about this that have been posted in just the last 48 hours, type in the hashtag and scroll through the videos on TikTok. This is dangerous, and we need to pray for our ICE agents. And in this video, this guy goes through a few of the videos that have been shared online, both on TikTok and in Discord, because he was able to sneak into these group chats that they are having about this organized protest and these demonstrations. And again, just proving how smart that these people all thought that they were, and that nobody was going to be able to figure this out.
Winter boots protects you from winter weather like ice. Need cute winter boots so you don't slip on ice. They even have their own discords dedicated to these cute winter boots and their movements. There's another one. I'm gonna need some addresses of where y'all are gonna be fighting this winter weather and battling the ice at, because I'm gonna laugh my ass off while y'all are getting yours whooped.
Mikey Mike, you may not know this, but I got you, bro, because I've been spying. Because somebody decided to leave the back door to their Discord server open, and I've been keeping track of them. I know where they're going to be. You want to see? Not only do I know where they're going to be, I know what they're going to be wearing, and I know when they're going to be there.
On cute winter boots. Here we go. If you're in Indiana, you can find cute winter boots on sale January 29th at 200 West Washington Street.
Well, that's weird. That's the Indiana State Capitol.
In Indianapolis, Indiana. And get there right at 8 a.m.
That's a Wednesday at 8 a.m. when representatives and senators of the state of Indiana are showing up to work. I wonder why they're planning to meet at the Indiana State Capitol at 8 a.m. next Wednesday. Oh, but that's not it. There's more coming. Yeah, it seems like they're also going to be in Aurora, Colorado on Saturday. Do you remember Aurora? That's right. That's where Tren de Agua's at, the Venezuelan gang. But on top of that, they're also telling people how to dress for these cute winter boot sales. What does that look like to you?
Wear a MAGA hat to confuse the enemy.
Wear a MAGA hat? And why are we wearing that? So these people are planning to show up at certain locations as early as tomorrow in Aurora, Colorado, and Wednesday in Indianapolis, Indiana at the state capitol building, dressed in full jihadi gear. And then some people are talking about wearing MAGA hats to confuse people.
And I just wanted to go back to this kid for 1 second. And I'm just imagining him trying to take on an ICE agent. It's really easy to be a tough talker when you are using your phone and creating videos to post on TikTok. It's quite a different story when you come face to face with the consequences of your choices. Now, as they have been not so secretly spreading this information all over social media, thinking that they are being so secretive and stealthy, I don't know what they think they're doing, the responses to these videos have varied. This gal in particular mocks them for thinking that they were so smart, talking in code, and thinking that no one was going to figure out what they were talking about and what their plans are.
I swear. Some of you on the left, the elevator doesn't go all the way to the top floor now, does it? You're sitting over here trying to use encrypted words and encrypted sayings, cute winter boots. You didn't think we were going to pick up on what you were trying to say? So you guys think you're going to go toe-to-toe with ICE? See, yet again, you guys aren't doing your freaking research, okay? You need to start researching before you keep opening that flap. Because if you want to go stand toe-to-toe, your cute winter boots, with ICE, do you understand these are military-trained people?
And then there's this gal who is a former immigration attorney who has had to deal with ICE many, many times. And she's warning these people that if they try to do this, this is going to end very, very badly for them, whether it be in regards to physical harm and or very serious legal consequences.
So, hi. I've been seeing all of these videos about cute winter boots. And I want this video to serve as a warning to those who are wanting to get cute winter boots. I worked for an immigration attorney, and we dealt with ICE on a very regular basis. You are going to get yourself seriously injured, likely thrown in prison for a very long time, and possibly, if you are wanting to carry things that they see as threats, they will unalive you without question.
And then we have this guy who's basically like FAFO.
Hey, how you doing? I went down the rabbit hole because of a video that came across my feed about these cute winter boots. I want you to take a word of advice. I've seen a lot of these videos. I've seen the people that are making these videos. for what reasons they're making these videos. Take it from a dual service veteran. There are over 20 million of us in this country that love our country and will not see any detriment come to it. So I'm telling you, think twice about what you're willing to do and what steps you're willing to take, because it won't end well. I don't want to see any violence. I don't want anybody to bring any violence. But if you bring it to our doorstep, Lord help you.
Like I said, these people's brains have been completely broken. This is what happens when you have a propagandist media and far left activist leaders who spread nothing but misinformation, the very thing that y'all claim to be vehemently against. You end up with a crowd of people with no meaning and no purpose other than being angry and conducting violent protests, even though they have no idea why they're doing it or what they hope to accomplish. You end up with people who have no idea what they stand for. They claim to be the party of law and order, and at the drop of the hat will fight to break the law to protect other people that are breaking the law. You end up with people who claim to want livable wages for people and that this is some kind of human right, yet they are fighting for people to stay in our country illegally, who are getting paid below minimum wage by employers who are abusing them and abusing the system, knowing that because they aren't citizens and are too afraid of deportation to report the abuse that they are experiencing, that the business they're working for can keep forcing them into poor working conditions for minimal pay, which is the very definition of modern day slavery, which is again something else that these guys claim to be against, yet they're fighting tooth and nail for illegal immigrants to endure. You end up with people who claim to be against the Second Amendment, who are now not only rallying to acquire pew-pews for themselves to use against law enforcement officers, but are so brainwashed into believing that we don't have laws in place that make it difficult to buy a firearm, that when they find out how hard it is, they are encouraging each other to break the law to get one. I don't think it can be stated enough. They are completely broken and their brains are in these little pieces, and I'm really not even sure that we can put them back together. And I don't even think the consequences of doing this, if they choose to, will flick that light bulb back on. So there's the fact that they could get injured, there's the fact that they could go to prison for a very long time, and then there is the idea of these people that have been against the Second Amendment for so long, thinking that they have the skill and the ability to go up against people that have been in favor of the Second Amendment since the day they were born.
Those cute winter boots ain't going to help you in a lot of places in the US, especially all those places where majority of the people wear steel-toe work boots. I guess another portion of this little operation that they have underway is, one, to unalive Trump, and two, to attack his supporters. Let me give you a little fun fact about conservatives and Republicans. We are very pro Second Amendment. We have been taught from a very young age how to use pew-pews safely and accurately. We are very good with them. I mean, shit, my 10-year-old is dead on balls accurate with a 243 at 100 yards. So just take your time. We don't want you guys to slip and fall and get hurt wearing your cute winter boots.
I just have to say, I think the biggest misstep that these adult toddlers are making is thinking that this is still Democrats' America, where you have politicians in charge who excuse crime, who do not punish violent thugs. But I hate to break it to you guys, but if Kamala Harris were to share a bail fund for you in 2025 for protesters who burn things down and attack innocent people, it would get zero traction. This is Trump's America, where actual crime is punished with the appropriate consequences. And I know it's been a few years since you've seen it happen, but this is also Trump's ICE. And I know you've never seen them do their jobs because Democrat leaders have stopped them from doing it, but you don't want to find out through firsthand experience what it is that they are capable of doing when they're actually allowed to enforce the law. And while we've been used to seeing them protect criminals, both on our streets and in the halls of our legislative buildings for so long, you're going to find out what it's like when they're actually allowed to protect America. You're going to find out what it's like when our laws are actually enforced, when law enforcement stops seeing color and sexuality and victimhood, when we're allowed to arrest people and enforce consequences according to their individual actions. The bullies that the Democrats allowed to run things are now powerless, and in Trump's America, the mobs will be held accountable. And people are trying to warn you, but if you choose not to listen, that's on you. I mean, what's the phrase that you guys like so much? around and find out. That pretty much defines the new presidency. This is what it looks like when the president actually loves the country that he is leading. And all I have to say at this point is thoughts and prayers, y'all. Thoughts and prayers. But I would love to hear all of your thoughts on this in the comments below. Again, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, become a subscriber if you're not, and help me to grow this channel. I appreciate you being here. Keep it real, guys, and I will see you in the next one.